Well guys, this is a long overdue update of Pokemon Jewel. So, this is the first video I've done for Jewel, and I think like 7 months or so, like August, like late August when I did a video on that, when I finally showed I had all the Pokemon added into the game and such, and I remember saying, I'm sure in the next day or so I'm going to have an update video. And at first, it was going at that length, but then eventually it ended up taking a long time. The reason why it took so long was multiple things. One, I had a bunch of problems with the moves. I was having a lot of problems with the moves to get them to work properly. I had to go on a server, which Discord server I'm on, that with people trying to help me get the moves like functional and all that. And then of course there was the MTWS factor because the MTWS season started, so I had to put a little bit more work on that more than the game. And then of course, at the same time I started doing my Blossom in Summer, my manga, and I did a lot more work on that, so it was put off to the back burner a little bit. And then from November till this end of February, so 3 months, I literally did not open up the program to work on Pokemon Jewel. I went 3 months straight not working on it. And most of the time I spent working all my time, free time, on my Blossom in Summer and of course MTWS. But like the last week or two now, I got back to work on it. And I got almost all the moves made and function. I got all the abilities and stuff mostly done. So, it's time to do an update video on it. Now, of course, this video is going to have 4 different parts to it. The first one is, I actually did a whole bunch of renames for the Pokemon. I went back and I renamed them. From stuff I thought of over the last few months when I was working on them. So the first thing we're going to do is off those new names. Alright, I hope it's not laggy doing this because I'm actually rendering 3 commentaries at the same time. So please don't lag OBS. But anyways, the new names, starting off in order, is Grotlet, which is the evolution of the grass starter Grobble. The new name is Armagrass, which is armadillo and grass together. Armagrass. Actually, I think it's supposed to be an A right here. I think I spelled it incorrectly, so it might be an A here, not an O. But Armagrass is the new name for Grotlet. Grotile, the final evolution of Grobble, is now Hedgehog. When I first thought of it, I wanted to do hedge, like a bush hedge and all that. But then I realized it would be Hedgehog. That would be funny and all that. Maybe if it was based upon a hedgehog, maybe it would work, but that's not what Sandslash is, which mostly what Grotile is based upon Sandslash, so it couldn't work. So I went with Hedgehog instead, like a slight variation of it. So Grotile's new name is now Hedgehog. Alright, so then Crapon, the first evolution of the water starter Pincers, is now Pinship. It was Pinch, and I can't remember the last part. I think it was just something I just thought of, that sounded cool and just stuck with it. So now, Crapon is now Pinship, and then Crabazone, the final evolution of Pincers, is now Crustacean. So, Crush and Station, like Crustacean. Well, it's pretty clever and such. Alright, then Jurleaf, the evolution of Florat, is now Ferdant, which is fern, like a bush, and rodent together. So Ferdant is the new name for Jurleaf. And then Kvisor is now Productive. So purring, like a cat purring, and conductive together. So Productive instead of Kvisor. Alright, Kanoon, the evolution of Muttree, is now Dogjestic. So dog and majestic together. Alright, then Dirac is now Wolf Yodi, so wolf and coyote together. Lone Off, this is really funny. Doggone! That's funny. So yeah, Lone Off is now Doggone. Staraptor. Staraptor actually, it's how it's pronounced. Because originally, when I was putting its name in, I realized, if I remember correctly in terms of spelling, it was almost very similar to Staraptor, the real-life Gen 4 Pokemon. And it was said almost similar. And the way you pronounce it was kind of close enough. I felt like I think I need to do a rename just to be safe. So I named it to Steel Raptor. So Steel and Raptor together. So Staraptor is now Steel Raptor. Alright, Dragleaf, the grass type elemental dragon. Instead of Dragleaf, it's now Draclover, dragon clover together. Draburn, the final evolution of Dragtini, the fire type elemental dragon, is now Incinegon, incinerate and dragon together. So Incinegon replacing Draburn. And Firantula, the evolution of Tubeheap, is now Fireantula, so fire and tarantula together. It's just fully fire instead of Fi. So there we go, Fireantula. Flapkey is now Mudfared, so mud and infrared and such. Much better than Flapkey. Screwgoss is now Spectraball, so spectral and ball together, because remember, it's supposed to be based upon a basketball. And then Psyhorn is now Psy-Elf, because psychic and kind of like, it's supposed to be based upon an elf together. Gafang, the final evolution of, dang it, its name won't come to my head. Bugtooth, was it, I think? I can't remember. But it's now Batternal, which is bat and nocturnal together. Dargion is now Fegion, so Feder and Gion or so, like, kind of like the, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot line, how they said their names. And then Petey, the evolution of Fegion, is now Dreadfowl, so Dread and Fowl together. Dracobar is now Dranthrax, so Dragon and Anthrax to replace Dracobarb. And then we get to the final two, the legendary mascots basically of Jewel. Phyrenix is now Phyrenix, and Aquatis is now Aquaritus, which sounds a lot better and all that. Alright, so those are all the new names now. But now we get into the next part, which is right underneath, and that is the new artwork. Yep, some of the Pokemon a few months ago, I actually made some new artwork for them. Now, not all of them are fully done. I think there's some things I might want to touch up later on, and maybe it'll be a little bit easier for me since I now have a art tablet that I might paint on, and not all of them have updates, and some of them need a lot more work. I already said need a lot more work done. And more artwork will eventually probably be made later on, and who knows, maybe it'll be after the game is done, so I do like an update to have more updates to them. But anyways, here's the new artwork. So first off, Grobble is now bigger pretty much. It has shadows, and the fusion together looks a lot better than it did back in 2010. There was one thing I did a little wrong though, which I originally said I was going to do months ago in the video. I forgot to update its belly to make it like more like yellow or so. Kind of like how Sandshrew normally has like a white belly. I wanted to give it a different colored belly, but I didn't do that. So I will have to fix that eventually. Alright, then Armagrass is much better. Fused together, shadows, and I actually took, this was Sandslash's claw, and I fused it together. I mean, not fused together, but I cropped it, resized it, and put it at a different angle to make it like a bigger tooth. I mean, bigger teeth, basically. It looks a lot better than the crap I did back in 2010. And then Hedgehog, again, much better. Shadowing, claws look better, the teeth look better. The antennae looks somewhat better, but not really as good as it could be. Something I probably should remake in the future. Hey, maybe I'll do that with the tablet one day and such. But yeah, it looks a lot better than the original design. Oh yeah, scales too, which this doesn't have scales. This one does have scales. Alright, Viper, of course. Better model, better flames, shadowing and such. And skin and such, so it actually sees like the coils right here, the black parts, which were gone in the original. Alright, Flame Fawn looks a lot better with the shadowing and such, and the colors. Eyes look better, teeth look better, and the black parts of like the skin look a lot better. Blaziconda looks so much better with the shadowing, the tail. Although the tail is missing the fire, I'm wondering how I missed that. Because I definitely got to fix that because there's supposed to be flames right here. I really do wonder how I missed that. Because I had the design right next to it. The face looks better. The only slight difference was these veins right here are not here because they're blocked over. I add a little bit smaller ones right up here instead. But overall, it still looks so much better. Alright, Pincers. Pincers has shadow effects a little bit and different feet, although they look kind of ugly. Because I had them like cropped down here to make it look like it stand on its feet instead of looking like this stupid looking feet that was, I believe, Breloom's feet. It looked terrible. And this one, looking back, doesn't look like I did a good job on it. Alright, Pinship, it's just better shadowing. Nothing really else to it. Crab is, Crustacean, same thing. It's just shadowing and all that. Nothing really else. Alright, Florat, I took the original Fire Red Leaf Green, no, it was Ruby Sapphire Emerald sprite, a Rata, and took Sunflora's flowers and put it underneath to make it look like an actual mane, which looks a lot better than the original. This was actually a pain in the ass to do. Like, a real big pain in the ass, because it wouldn't fit properly. Like, it would have, like, empty spots in the middle. And it was so annoying. But I did good enough. Verdant looks a lot better. Shadowing. They actually look like leaves where the hands are covered and the feet are. And actually made a better bush up here and such. I think I downloaded a texture online to make it look like actual leaves on, because I couldn't get the look good and all that. Looks so much better. A different shade of orange too for the extra fur color right here. Alright, Chirip, largely the same thing except for the eyes. Chi-Robin, however, had a massive redesign, as you can see. It's Pidgeotto's body with... It's like a mix of Staravia's head and Pidgeotto's head together, with Staravia's like top feather, and this is Fearo's beak. And that tail was a pain in the ass to remake. But Chi-Robin looks so much better, and Chiraptor looks so much better. It's Doduo's head, I can't remember which one. I made that top feather, and this is the head feather of Staraptor to look like a beak. And I add, I think, this little feature right down here to make it look like it's an actual beak, like splitting open right here, like the mouth part. So yeah, this Chiraptor looks so much better. Poisonpea looks so much better. It was, I think it was Weedle repainted with the bigger head and all that. That looks really cool. Wobbycoon, it's just bigger with shadow effects. This one needs a lot more work though. Dragonix, it looks a lot better except for the mouth. It looks too much like Yanma. It looks like Grobbleline. I don't like it. I need to fix the mouth and then it'll look so much better. But that's the new update design for Dragonix. Productive is literally Glandmeow, which of course originally it was Glandmeow with the tail, the light tail right here. Yep, looks so much more like a cat and still looks like Glandmeow. Poitus, it's actually Squirtle with Aerodactyl's tail. And I can't remember where these antennae come from. They come from someone, but it won't come to my head who and such. But yeah, it looks so much better. Toxtel, it's Torterra and such, which looks a lot better, although I'm not fully sure I like the face and such. It was, I think, Torterra's face with Toxtel's original mouth right there. And of course the tail's different too. It's not the original like poison point tail and such. It's just normal Torterra's tail. And Wolfyodi, it's Flareon. A much better Flareon, although I did edit the tail to look like how the original did. Although I did mess up the flame right here. The fur part of Wolfyodi for Flareon. It's still purple up here. Maybe I can update that in the future. Doggone looks so much better with the shadow, and oh my god, it looks so much better now. Although, once again, a lot less black up here where the fur was for the original design of Doggone. Although the tail's been updated, looks so much better. Elephant, it's Fampy now, looks so much better. Although, this is going to be a problem coming up. The models, sprites are very small compared to the original. And when I try to crop them to make them bigger, they look terrible. So this could be a little bit of a problem later on. As you can see with Strider, it's Surskit. It looks so much better, but it's so tiny. And I can't get it bigger to make it look nice. It's like stuck in this short design. Small design. And then, oh boy, here we go, the big, massive change. Fireantula! Oh boy! It's Galvantula with a lot of redesign. Oh my god, this took a lot of work to fix up Galvantula to be Fireantula, but this design looks so good. I still am impressed with how I drew this back in 2010, but this design looks so much better. Alright, and then the final paints was the Jackal line. So Jackal, Scareturn, and Pumpkern. They're almost the same. The difference is that you can barely see, but all of them have like the ridges on a pumpkin on their model, their sprite, and they have visible teeth and such. Scareturn, same thing, and Pumpkin is just the ridges of a pumpkin. Again, the big problem though is I can't make them bigger because then they'll look terrible. So I'm a little bit like boned on that regard. But yeah, they're not all done. Eventually, I would like to maybe update most of the Pokemon designs and such. And I think I might need some help with people helping me fix my problems or help me build some designs completely. So if anyone wants to volunteer, hit me up on Discord or YouTube and such. But yeah, those are all the new designs right now. Most of them are done and they look really nice and such. Alright, but we're not done yet though, people. Alright, now to get into the next part, and that is the new moves I created. There are 40 free new moves I made for Pokemon Joel. 6 of them I will not talk about here because they're the signature moves of Fire Enix, Aquarius, and Zapdos, and they're too story driven to reveal right now. It will spoil way too much stuff about them, so I'm not gonna say them. But 3 of the moves in particular, like their actual unique, like their most powerful of their signature moves, are so broken and so stupidly broken in OP that they have 1 PP and you can only use it 1 time in a battle. I might even look at it potentially scripted where you can indeed only use it 1 time in a battle. Like that's how OP we're talking potentially. So keep that in mind in the future. But we'll talk about the other 37 moves that are able to be talked about. Alright, so anyways, the first move on our list is a move that technically no one can learn right now. It's only going to be either like a TM, a move tutor, or something like that. And that is a move called Pesticide. It's a poison status move that has 15 PP, and when you use it, it weakens all bug moves. So basically, Mud Sport and Water Sport, but this time for bug types. But again, no one can learn it like leveling up. It's only TM or tutoring right now. I have no idea how that's going to be done yet. Alright, now on to the rest of the moves. And these moves coming up are all signature moves that only certain members of the Pokemon can learn of. First up is the Mud line, and their move is Sonar. It's a normal status move of 15 PP. When you use it, it raises evasiveness by 1. So basically, it's just Double Team, just with a different name. Sonar raises evasiveness by 1. Alright, next up is Spectra Ball, who has not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 signature moves, and they all involve basketball. So the first move is Dribble. It's a ghost physical move. It attacks 2 to 5 times, and it's 17 power, 80 accuracy, so a ghost type fury attack basically. Next is 2-Point Shot, which is a ghost physical move that attacks 2 times. It's basically the ghost type Gear Grind of 45 power and 90 accuracy. So slightly weaker than Gear Grind. And then next is 3-Point Shot, another ghost physical move where the user attacks 3 times. And it's 30 power, 80 accuracy. It's the exact same strength as 2-Point Shot but less accurate. So you get to pick your option where you want more. And then, oh boy, this one is Penalty Shot, another ghost physical move where the user attacks 2 times, and it's 100 power but 50 accuracy and 10 PP. So if you want to go for a 100 power hit 2 times, good luck with the accuracy. And then the final move is Slam Dunk, which is a fighting physical move instead. It's 80 power, 100% accurate, 15 PP. It just does damage. It has no other effects. So yeah, 5 unique moves for Spectra Ball. Do you want to go for some dribbling? Do you want to go for the 2-Point Shot, the 3-Point Shot, or the Penalty Shot, along with a Slam Dunk? Alright, these next 2 moves are the exact same but different typing, and that is the unique move for Blade Blaze and Blade Wave. First is Fire Slash. It's a fire physical move of 70 power, 100 accuracy, and it's a higher critical hit ratio. It's basically a fire type slash. And then there's Water Slash, the exact same thing, just water type. A water type version of Slash. Even though I think there is a water type slash move in Gen 9, but this was made either way. Alright? So next up is Charmer, which has not one, not two, but 3 moves. First up is Iron Fangs, which is a steel physical move of 65 power, 95 accuracy, and can cause flinching. It's a steel type elemental fang move just without another effect like Fire Fang, Thunder Fang, and Ice Fang can cause burn, paralyze, freeze, and a flinch. This just does flinching. Then it's Steel Wave, a steel special move of 95 power, 100 accuracy, and it's the steel type surf. It hits everyone. And then it's Metal Dive, which is it's a physical steel move of 80 power, 100 accuracy, and it's a 2-turn attack. It's basically the steel type dive. Alright, next up is 2 moves for the Zacid Toxic Bulk line. The first is Thunder Slap, which is a 60 power, 100 accuracy move that's physical and electric type. It just does damage. And the last one, this is a crazy one, is Battery Acid. It's a electric special move that's 20 power, 100 accuracy, and when it hits, it will either paralyze or a poison. Yep! When you hit, you're going to either do a paralyze or a poison. And that move was a lot of difficulty to get working. Alright, next up, this is a signature move for... it's a physical move, 75 power, 100 accuracy, 15 PP, and heals half damage. It's basically the bug type Giga Drain and such. Just recovers half the damage. Next up is a signature move for Spearon, which is Charging Lance. A steel physical move of 18 power, 90 x 2 to 5 times. It's basically a steel type Fury attack. Next up is the unique move for Tesla Nimbus, Tesla Coil, which is an electric special move of 120 power and 90 accuracy. It's a 2-turn attack, and it becomes 1 turn if it's raining. So it's the electric type Solar Beam, although less accurate. Next, this is a wild move, and it's a signature move for Spooky and Spokanon, and that's Forecast Flip, and this move was a pain in the ass to get working. It's a ghost stats move, so when you use Forecast Flip, it'll have a 50% chance of causing it to either be sunny or rain. And if you use it again, it'll flip it to the other. So it basically causes sunny day or rain dance, either one of them, and then when you use it, it'll flip it to the other one. Back and forth, basically. Kind of like an interesting idea for maybe competitive battling with weather and such. That'd be kind of interesting, although kind of gamble too because it's random. But I thought that was an interesting move for what Spooky and Spokane are based upon, Terra Busa, which apparently can control the weather. Next up is 2 moves for Buddit, and that first one is Flower Punch. It's a grass physical move, 75 power, 100 accuracy. It just does damage. That's all it does, just damage. It's a grass type elemental punch without an additional effect. And then it's Banditry, which is a dark physical move of 90 power. It has 100 accuracy and 8 PP to be unique. It steals items. It's Faith but stronger. Alright. Next up is a unique move for Ying Yang, which is Balance Beam. A psychic special move of 90 power, 100 accuracy, and 10 PP, and it does steal damage. So basically, it's just like Flying Press. It's a psychic move that also does steel damage. Because remember, the Yin Yang line is psychic and steel. So it's trying to do both damage. Then it's 2 moves for the V Rattler Viper Burn line. First is Rattle, a poison status move that does no damage, 100 accuracy, and when you use it, it lowers the foe's attack and defense by 1. So basically, Tickle, I think. And then there's V-Charge, which is a fire physical move that does 100 damage, 100 accuracy. It lowers the user's defense by 1. So kind of like a weaker version of Close Combat, where you use it and it lowers your defense to special defense. This just lowers... Oh, no! Yeah, it lowers your user's defense by 1. Almost got mixed up with Rattle for the moment. Alright, next up is for Bat Turtle. It has its own unique move, and that's Life Drain. A ghost physical move of 75 power, 100 accuracy, and heals half damage. It's basically Suck Blood, but the ghost type version of it. So, basically a ghost type Giga Drain. Alright, then it's a unique move for the Ravage line, which is Down Foul, which is a dark status move that has no power accuracy, 10 PP. When you use it, it lowers the user's speed by 1, but it raises its defense and special defense by 2. So kind of like Curse, but raises your defense and not your attack and defense and such. And then we have 3 unique moves. The last 3 unique moves we'll cover, or at least signature moves, and they're both for, all 3 of them are for Mushno. First off is Frostbite, a ice special move of 60 power, 100 accuracy, 20 PP that can freeze a foe. I think it's based upon a move, but I'm not sure what it's supposed to be based upon off the top of my head, because it just won't come to my head, but it can freeze the foe. Then it's Snow Spore, a ice status move of 0 power, 75 accuracy, and it can inflict a freeze. So it's like Stun Spore, Sleep Powder, Poison Powder, but this time it's for freeze. And then the last move is Snowstorm. It's an ice special move. We have special ice move that's 80 power, 100 accuracy, and it hits everyone. It's basically Discharge, where it hits everyone on the field. Alright, now we're not done, as we have 9 moves left to cover, and these are not signature moves. These are TM moves that you get. These are the TMs you will get from the gym leaders when you beat them. And these TMs are unique because they are only allowed to be used on Pokemon of that type. So, of course, the first gym leader, Alvin, I think his name was, he's a poison type user. So, the TM will only work for poison type Pokemon. Alright, so Alvin, the first gym leader, since he's not an official gym leader, his TM is Toxic Ordnance. It's a physical poison move at 60 power, 90 accuracy, and has 15 PP. It's basically Flame Burst. It hits a foe. It does splash damage if you're in a double or triple battle, and it can badly poison a foe. So it'll do damage, splash damage, and can inflict a poison. Pretty powerful, I must say. Alright, then next up is for Lou, the normal type gym leader, the first gym leader, and that is Strikeout. It's a normal physical move of 55 power, 95 accuracy, and when it hits, it lowers the user's speed by 1. So basically a normal type Icy Wind. Alright, then next is Clarice, the second gym leader who uses ice types. Her TM is Frost Wave, a special ice move of 80 power, 100 accuracy, and it can cause a flinch. It's basically the ice type of a waterfall. There we go. Like the ice type waterfall. Does damage and can cause a flinch. Alright, now here is where we get to some of these moves that are so powerful they have really big drawbacks, so you have to really think about using them. So anyways, the third gym leader, Blaze, who's a fire type user, his TM is Ignition. It's a special fire move that's 95 power, 100 accuracy, and when you use it, it heals the user of half the damage. It also raises the user's special attack by 1. No, it raises the user's speed by 1, but it lowers the user's special attack by 1. You heard me. This move does damage. It takes HP from the opponent and heals you up half damage. It raises your speed, but it lowers your special attack. So it weakens the move as you use it more. So you're going to have to think about using it potentially. Alright, next up is Aqua, the water type gym leader. Her TM is Bubble Blast. It's a special water move, which is 120 power, 100 accuracy, and it attacks 2 to 3 turns and then causes a confusion on the user. It's basically the water type Thrash. Alright. Then next up is... Actually, no, Alvin was the, It was Melvin, the poison gym leader. There we go. Alvin's the ground type gym leader coming up. Anyways, he gives out... His TM is Boilin' Mud. A special ground move that's 80 power, 100 accuracy, and can inflict a burn. It's the ground type Scald. Next is... Shit, her name won't come to my head, but she's the, the 6th gym leader who uses bug types. Her move is wild. It's called Silk Outburst. It's a bug physical move that's 100 power, 80 accuracy, and 5 PP, and when you use it, it will lower the opponent's speed by 2. So it hits, and it will lower the opponent's speed by 2. That's pretty powerful. Next up after that is Tyrell is the dark type gym leader. He gives out his TM is Rampage and Blade. It's a dark physical move that's 125 power, 100 accuracy, and when it attacks, the user takes 1/3 recoil damage. So it's a literal slightly more powerful version, dark type of Double Edge. It's slightly more powerful, and instead of doing 1/4 damage, it does 1/3. That's powerful. But now we get to the ultimate TM move, which is given out by your sister, Rebecca, the final gym leader, the electric gym leader. And this move is called Proton Discharge Beam, or Proton D-Beam in the game, because Proton Discharge Beam is such a big name that it doesn't fit in the name. Anyways, Proton Discharge Beam is an electric special move. And oh boy, this move's wild. It has 150 power, 100 accuracy, 5 PP, and when you use it, it's basically Hyper Beam, where after you use it, you have to recharge. But not only that, it has a 50% chance, if this goes off, it's a second effect, it will paralyze the foe and you. That's right, this move, if you use it, it's a Hyper Beam move, you have to recharge, and it can paralyze both Pokemon at the same time. And you're probably thinking, oh, well, it's only going to be used for electric, if only electric types could use it, so we can't be paralyzed, right? Wrong. We coded it, thanks to the Discord servers I'm on, this move will paralyze electric users too. And it'll paralyze other electric Pokemon. So yes, if you use this move, not only will you have to deal with a recharge, but you'll have to deal with potentially paralyzing you and your foe at the same time. Now that is a massively powerful drawback. Also, it's 100 accuracy too, so you don't have to worry about missing like other Hyper Beam moves. But yeah, that is all the moves I made for Pokemon Jewel. Well, except the final 6, which are of course signature moves for the legendaries of the region, which I'm not going to reveal right now. They're too unique for the plot. Alright, so now with that out of the way, we got one more thing to cover, and that is abilities. Unfortunately, I can't really talk about it because there are 4 abilities made, but 3 of them are for the region, and I can't reveal them because plot-oriented, it'll reveal too much of the plot. So they have to be kept secret for right now. But the one ability I will reveal is the ability for the Pedal Stub Flow Main line. And that ability is called Germinate. It's an ability that gives the user Grass type. So for all of you might not remember, Pedal Stub is a normal type Pokemon, but a lot of its moves are grass. So it's basically kind of like a normal grass type, but I didn't want to give it a grass typing. I wanted to keep it normal. But I wanted to give it like some sort of use out of those grass moves. So that's why I thought of Germinate. So it effectively is normal grass. So it'll get the stab hits and it will be weak to grass. Actually no, I don't think it will be weak to moves that are strong against grass. I have to do testing again because I can't remember. But effectively it is normal grass type, just officially still just pure normal. So yeah guys, that is it. That's the final update. I mean, that's the update video of Pokemon Jewel that's been long overdue, where I covered the updated sprites, the new names, and talked about the new moves and abilities that are coming up. Now, next up, like I said before in the last video, now I'm going to start working on the map of the Juneau region. I'm going to try and get the map all made and all that. Then I'm going to populate with all the wild Pokemon encounters that are supposed to be there. Then after that, I'm going to add in all the story, the very important battles in the game. So the rival battle at the beginning, the gym leader battles, the Team Terror encounters, Elite Four, Victory Road, well not Victory Road, Elite Four Champion. I'm going to add in all the very important story-driven battles afterwards to test them out, and then I'm going to scale the levels and all that. Then I will add in trainers throughout all the routes, and then I'm going to have to like work on their teams, scale their levels so you're not like over leveled or anything to keep in balance with everything and such. And probably add music later on and maybe other things as I go along and such. So yeah, that's the roadmap coming up. Next up is going to be the tough one after almost a year of working on this. I'm going to have to start making the routes. Oh boy, that's going to be a lot of work. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this update video of Pokemon Jewel. Hopefully next time, it takes so long. So, see you all next time.